first truly interactive session of the day. We have one of our influencers from the Yoga Box, Barbara Bevan, who is a yoga teacher, and she's going to take us through some yoga techniques. So thank you so much, Barbara.
There we go. Hello. Thank you for having me, ladies. Can you hear me okay now? I'm assuming you can. All right. Welcome to your little mini yoga session. It's actually a wonderful timing to have it now after the Are You Okay talk. I was listening to it and it just resonated on so many levels. And one of the things we will do in this little session is to check in with ourselves. So make yourself comfortable. You don't need a yoga mat. You don't need a special and super quiet place. Just somewhere where you can land for the next 20 minutes, somewhere where you feel comfortable. And even if your family is with you, maybe you have your little ones around you, that's okay. I know very well as a mom that yoga doesn't always happen in a serene, quiet place. It happens in our life, and that's actually the beauty of it, that we get to share it with our families. All right, just a little bit about me. My name is Barbara. I live in Melbourne, and I teach yoga. And as I mentioned, I am a mom of a little one. All right, so for now, just come into a comfortable seated position. I always like to sit with legs crossed, but there's lots of other ways. You can even sit in a kneeling position like this, just wherever you feel nice and grounded. All right, let your hands land in the lap or on your knees, and close your eyes. We'll begin with some deep breathing. It's always a lovely way to connect to yourselves. Inhale through your nose. Open mouth, let it out. Inhale through the nose. Open mouth, breathe out. Continue with these deep and long breaths. And with each breath, feel yourself slowing down and calming down. You're arriving into the present moment, and most importantly, you're arriving back to yourself. Take your hand and place it over your heart. As you take these deep breaths, first just feel the movement that happens in your chest and your rib cage with each breath. Expanding, contracting, that beautiful balance and harmony of our breath. And then see if you can tune into your heart space and feel your heartbeat. Feeling that heart pumping for you, that life within you. And as you tune into your heart space, asking ourselves the question, how am I doing today? How am I feeling today? And I know it's not a question with an easy, straightforward answer, but just listen to what comes up for you. Maybe a series of answers. And if you need a little guidance here, you can always check in with yourself on these levels. So checking in on the physical level. How am I doing in my body today? How am I feeling in my body? No need to label or make any judgments. Just observe, just notice. And then checking in with our mind. How am I feeling and doing in my head today? what thoughts are going through my head. And can I maybe slow them down a little bit, calming the mind. And finally, checking in with the heart itself. What am I feeling, or how am I feeling in the heart? What emotions are present there? And maybe this will take you into a bit of a journey of how you've been feeling today, earlier today, or a couple hours ago, or right now in this moment. And we simply acknowledge without trying to figure anything out, just noticing what is. Yoga is so much more than just stretching or strengthening, and the name itself, yoga, in Sanskrit means unity. We bring things together, we tie them together, we bring all of these pieces of ourselves back into one place. I always like to do that right at the beginning of the practice, before we dive into any physical postures, making sure that we are here, we're present, and we're connected. And now that we've done that check-in, bring your hands together in a bit of a prayer position and just gently bow the head. And we're still connecting inward, drawing our senses inward. And what we'll do here is set an intention or a dedication. And this intention is like a seed that you plant. And again, it's something I like to do at the beginning of each practice. It's an intention that will guide and support you, not just here on the mat today, but in the rest of the day or the upcoming days. Something that will anchor you, and it may be a lovely reminder of your time today, that you've taken a bit of time for some self-care. And we'll seal our intention with nice deep breath. Inhale fully. Exhale. Let it out. Open your eyes into soft gaze, maybe finding a smile on your face, and we'll sweep the arms up on the inhale. Gently rotate to your right side. Exhale, release the arms down. Just a gentle twist to open up through the spine. Inhale, come back to the center, sweep your arms up. Exhale, twist to the other side. And then inhale to come back to the center. Exhale, hands to the heart. Release your hands down. Roll your shoulders back a few times. I don't know how about you, but I carry so much tension in the shoulders and neck. So these stretches are always essential. Roll the shoulders forward now. Now this little sequence today will be something that hopefully you can practice on your own. Roll your neck down, just moving slowly, just painting circles with your nose. So we won't be doing anything super complicated or fast. We'll take our time. Just roll the neck the other way, moving through a few stretches and poses that are easy to do, even if you have just a bit of time. Great. So from this seated position, coming to your hands and knees. So this is our tabletop with your wrists under the shoulders and your knees under the hips. Soften into your elbows a little bit here. Take an inhale around your spine. You're in your cat stretch. Exhale to drop your belly. Look up, cow stretch. Inhale to round the spine. Exhale, finding spinal extension. We drop the belly. And then finding a nice gentle flow. Move on your own pace here, following your breath. And if you notice that the breath switches, that you inhale in cow, exhale in cat, that's completely fine. There's no right or wrong here. And it's all about what feels good in your body, what feels natural. We come back to that tabletop. We'll just circle the hips here. So this is another stretch where you can't go wrong. Just move around. And go the other way. And then drop the hips down. Favorite pose, child's pose. Drop your forehead down to the floor, sink your hips towards the heels, rest your arms. And sometimes when you only have a couple of minutes, if you do one stretch, child's pose would be a great choice. It's a lovely place for rest. It helps to stretch your back, to open your hips, and to relieve tension and pain from your lower back. On more of an emotional or energetical level, this shape really helps to ground us. It's one of those places where we feel safe and supported. If your knees are not liking this shape, you can always stay up higher so it looks more like this. Take one more deep breath. And we'll lift back up, hands and knees. Tuck your toes here and we'll try downward facing dog. So lift the knees up and push back. This is one of the signature shapes of yoga. Make sure to ground nicely through your arms. Spread your fingers wide so you feel your hands grounded and strong, supporting the entire upper body. We'll pedal out the feet here. So it's like walking that dog in one spot, bending one knee, stretching the other leg. And we're just slowly moving from side to side. Release your neck, your head is quite heavy here. The gaze goes towards the feet. One more stretch we'll do here. Rise up on your tippy toes. Take a big breath in, and then as you exhale, press your heels down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Hold your downward dog for a couple more breaths. Notice how the breath is such a big part of our practice. Now from here, we'll look forward and make a couple steps, walking the feet to our hands. Landing in your forward fold. Your feet are about hip distance apart. Your upper body hangs down nice and heavy. Make sure to release the head here as well. We usually have a tendency to hold our head up. And here we just want to let go. There's lots of things you can do down here in your forward fold. For now, we'll just grab opposite elbows and sway from one side to the other. We'll just rotate a little bit so you can see better. So moving from one side to the other. Slowly, we release all that tension, especially if you've been sitting a lot today or standing. This will be really great. I did notice on that, on the chat under one of the posts that some of you said, oh, I wish that my kids were still in school when the yoga session happens. But if you do have your kids around, see if you can have them join us. Kids usually love yoga. And yeah, they can have fun exploring the shapes. It can become a family practice. Lift halfway. You can slide your hands up on the shins, so you're in a bit of a tabletop position here, and then drop back down. One more. Halfway lift. And drop down. Good. One more stretch we'll do here. Interlace your fingers behind your back. If you can't quite find the hands, you can grab really anywhere on the leg, your wrist, on the arm, on the wrist or the forearm. And then just allow the arms to hang behind your head. Opening up the shoulder joints. One more breath here. And release the arms down. So from here, we'll slowly roll up. Make sure your knees are a little bit bent on your way. This protects your lower back. So we come up slowly. We've been down for a while, making sure that we don't get dizzy. And if you do get dizzy, just stand in stillness. Take a deep breath. Focus your eyes. This is our mountain pose, the standing posture. We'll sweep the arms up here on the inhale. Take your left wrist and find a nice, gentle side stretch. Doesn't have to be deep at all. Breathe. Use your exhale to go a little deeper if it feels okay. Make sure you ground it through the legs here. And then inhale back to the center. Just switch the hands here. Exhale to the other side. Lovely. back to the center. Very gentle back bend here. You can just open through the arms. Another option is to slide your hands into your back pockets here and then push your hips a little forward. Good. Inhale to reach. Exhale, fold back down. Halfway lift on the inhale. Drop down, exhale. We'll walk the hands and feet apart, coming back into downward facing dog. From here, lift your right foot up into three-legged dog position, just as high as feels okay for you. And then from here, we'll step the foot between the hands. So this is a little bit bigger transition. What we'll do is just drop our left knee down. And if you've gotten here in your own way, that's completely fine. We're in our low lunge. Sweep your arms up to the sky. Find a bit of strength in the inner thighs here. It's like a scissor sensation. We're squeezing them in towards the center, and this helps to build balance and strength through our core all the way into the belly. Focus your eyes, take a deep breath. We'll release the arms down and take another shoulder stretch here. Interlace fingers behind your back. Reach a bit further, open your chest. Keep your eyes focused for better balance. And don't forget your breath. Lovely. Inhale, sweep your arms. Exhale, hands come down. We'll take spinal twist here. So your left hand's down under the shoulder. Right arm reaches up to the sky. Feel free to look up if it feels okay for your neck. Otherwise, just look down. If you'd like to add some arm circles here. And then the hand comes down. Now you're welcome to go into your hands and knees, or going straight into your downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet just like we did before. Left side, kick the leg up for your three-legged dog, and then bring the foot forward as you drop down your right knee. Low lunge, focus your eyes, reach arms, find that strength in your core and in the inner thighs. And we'll interlace fingers behind the back, always making sure that we do our stretches on both sides so we end up nice and even and balanced. And then inhale to reach. Exhale, hands come down. And we twist. Reach up with your left arm, staying supported through the right hand. Hopefully you'll be able to feel the difference in your body, in your mind, even when the session is short. Step it back, downward facing dog. During the isolation times, I've done a lot of online yoga, and it really is true that even 5, 10, or 20 minutes can make a huge difference in how we feel. We don't always need to get to an hour-long yoga class. Drop your knees down. Take a couple more cats and cows. And sometimes we think, oh, I don't have an hour. I can't get to the studio, or it's not within the budget right now. So that may discourage us from practicing regularly. There's a lot of resources online that you can join. You can do yoga on your own, whether you go to the studio or not. Just finding that time for yourself. We'll come into a seated bound ankle. Soles of the feet come together. You can think of a butterfly shape. If you do have your kids there, they'll love it. You can just do up and down with the knees. And just finding a little bit of a forward fold here. So see how far you'd like to come here. You can always sway from one side to the other. And maybe even releasing the head down, letting it drop down towards the feet to open up the hips. Our hips, just like our shoulders, tend to carry a lot of tension. Especially for us women, we carry emotional tension in our hips, so it's important to get them moving, get them stretched. So we release some of that built up or stuck energy, and that's one of the things that our yoga practice does for us. We'll do windshield wipers now, so feet in front of you, and just drop your knees from one side to the other. We move energy in our body, and hopefully you'll be able to feel that a little bit today. Great. Extend your legs forward in front of you. Sweep your arms up. Big breath here, and exhale, fold it down. Good. Don't worry about reaching for your toes. Don't worry about how deep you go here. Just be where you are. Close your eyes and enjoy a few deep breaths. Soften the knees, soften the thighs. Practicing kindness to ourselves, to our bodies, every movement, every breath. Knowing that we don't have to push or force anything. Just giving our body space and time, breathing and staying nice and calm and relaxed does the job. We don't really need to do anything else. Yoga practice is a great place to come back to relax our mind, to let go of stress, to let go of anxiety and worries and fears, to just breathe, just be. Feeling grounded and supported. You may want to remind yourself of your intention for this practice. And with that intention in mind, we'll slowly close our little session. We felt a little bit too short. Come down onto your back and just bring your knees to your chest. Give yourself a hug, rock from one side to the other. If you have sore back, or if you spend a lot of time sitting, this could be the best stretch for you. Just bringing knees to chest. And to close the practice, you're welcome to lay flat on your back for a little bit, or to bring knees together, or to do that butterfly shape again. Feet together, knees out to the sides. Folding your hands over the heart and over the belly. Taking a moment to check in again. How am I feeling? How am I doing right now in this moment? Deep breath in and out. If you're feeling super relaxed, if you've achieved this nice relaxed state of mind and body, feel free to stay here. I have to finish the session, but you are welcome to rest. If you need to finish with me, go ahead and roll over to your side, slowly rising up, coming into your comfortable seat again. And just like at the beginning, we'll bring our hands together in front of the heart, closing the eyes, take a deep breath. And the intention that you've set here today, carried with you into the rest of your day and into your tomorrow, to feel supported and grounded. Thank you for joining me for this practice. I hope you have a lovely day. Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Barbara.
That was fantastic. We hoped you were able to take some time to relax, maybe shut the door, keep the kids, the pets away, anyone that's interrupting your me time. So really great session, Barbara. So we